Today, there is someone in the comment who's there was a discussion between me and him, and he's saying that he is one of the so-called Israelis in the Holy Land, and he explained to me a lot of information he about himself, and at the end he's saying, so what if we are not Israelis, we're Jews and things. And that, at the same time, I told him that either they like it, either you like it or not. I am one of the Israelis. And he said, okay, you can come and visit us, take a visa, visit us in the Holy Land, and return back. Do you understand my point? he knows as a fact that he is not Israeli. He's a European, by the way, from the European ethnic groups, white. Oh, let's go. I mean, regardless, because the location is, you can go to the Google, Russia, and whatever. Regardless, so he knows that he's not an Israelite, and he is saying, so what if I am an Israelite? I'm Jew. I am in the Holy Land. So his homeland is not the Holy Land, and he almost to a certain level accepted that I am an Israelite. Recognizing that I'm a Muslim, and at the end, I don't know what is the word, bajaha in Arabic, I don't know how to say it in English. He said, come and visit and return back. And not this, the plans about the satanic temple that they call Solomon Temple or Yahweh Temple. I mean, I don't want to say anything more. This is point number one. I'm expressing my views. Okay, this is now part number 2 of the video. George Bush Jr., and after invading Iraq after 2003, he made some praying sessions, and he announced, on a certain level after invading Iraq after 2003, he announced, George Bush Jr., who was the president, he said, all what we are gonna do right now is just to pray that the casualties in the American army would be less, because the number of people are dying, the soldiers are dying, the number of soldiers are dying in a great number. So he said, all what we are gonna do right now is the thing that we can do is just to pray to God that the number of casualties and death would be less, and disability and things like that. Of course, they will never tell you the real numbers. I'm saying, why from the first place you send those soldiers? And not you, you're just a puppet. Why you did this? I don't want to talk more about this point because it disgusts me, okay? Things happen after 2003 and have something to do with fucking my world. Anyway, my life. Anyway, I don't want to talk more. Let's go to part number 3. Part number 3 is, I send it to those who do not understand why we are alive here in this dunya. Definitely we need to seek happiness and provide ourselves with the glory that God have appointed to humanity. This is all not from me, Muhammad, the final messenger. If you have a problem with recognizing this by the final messenger, then it's the problem of your stupid mind. It's easy, by the way, and I think it did a great job explaining. Yes, study things. Iqra, read. The first verse in Quran is read. Provided to Muhammad who do not know how to write and read. Read. Study things. I need to close. Okay, I don't want to say a lot more time, and I don't want to say something that the video would be deleted, because the divine plan, if you recognize it and I understand how Satan is working and why we are here and things, everything is explained. People have no right, especially those who are in Gulf states, for example, or those who leave Islam. They come and they say, look at the West. The West is considered an infidel West for you Muslims. And yet you're running away to the West. Like me, for example. The West is only talking about human rights. I'm telling you that human rights and democracy and things like that, I don't know, I have explained it all before. I don't know how to put it in English. It will be finished. It will be finished once the devil finalize his work. What is his work? His work, the devil work, كيده ضعيف. I mean, he's weak, but the human allow him. And he is a divine creature. I don't need to explain more about Satan. Uh, the devil is working to create this atmosphere in the West since more than 3,000-4,000 years. Since the beginning, anyway, working everywhere. But let's return back thousands of years, even before the Messiah, son of Virgin Mary, and even before the Roman imposed by the sword, the cross, and in Europe, and within the medieval times, age, the Dark Ages in Europe, and until the Industrial Revolution, and until the call to secularism and the call to liberalism, and then Tahid ad-Din, and bringing this secular way of living, and which allow people to be atheists and humanitarian things, and yet there is an elite, a small dark group controlling the atmosphere. But then the Europe and the West is absolutely anti-Muslim, even if Muslims are fine, happy, whatever, the minorities. I'm not going to talk about the history, but the West have a mission to attack right now. That's my personal case, to the Ishmaelian territory. Criticize this, create this problem, make Sykes-Picot after colonizing the region. Here we are back, Salah ad-Din by that Henry, the leader, Gohem, European, so-called Christian France leader who said this to Salah ad-Din. Unlegal statement, unlegitimate, but this is what the devil wants. If you are not believing that there is a high intelligent power and whatever, then consider it as an atheist. I'm bringing explanation and the dark with our existence as human, light and sequences and anyway. But definitely there is no God but Allah. Muhammad is the final messenger of God. I am your imam. I am your mullah. I am your mufti. I am your mujaddid. Okay, yani study from me. I teach you. I teach humanity. I'm for when it's come to the arrogant, ignorant, I announce myself at this position. So look what the West is doing right now. The West is behind, for example, Sykes-Picot. The West is behind creating an atmosphere where Saddam Hussein needs to do what he's doing. The West is behind many things. I don't want to return back to the history. I don't want to talk about China, India, Russia, Africa, dark effect. I'm not going to talk about the so-called Hindus, so-called Buddhists, so-called others, the atheists. No, I'm just the West. Do you see this? You will understand that the devil is playing a game to drag all human to first disbelieve in God. 1, 2, tribulation, and destroy. And 3, and this is the agenda of the devil. Is embossed here. Now, again and again, I'm explaining about Satan. If you're an atheist, I don't know how to answer. I know, but I don't want to give you time. Want to prove one thing to the owner of existence, the creator of existence, the founder of existence, Allah, Satan. If you are going to consider and using the word which is never mentioned by the Messiah or the real Israelis, this is the translation, interrupted translation and things like that. Satan, if you want to consider him as a son of God, no, he is not, but a creature, whatever. He want to prove to God Almighty that this human race is a fucking freak, demon, faggot and slut creatures. That's it. Worth no respect whatsoever. Now I'm serious. This is what he want to prove. And they don't deserve any heaven, and they don't deserve any respect. And the man is filled with not take the word man. This creature, at a certain level, he fallen that. He just want to prove that he is filled with jealousy and filled with hate. and he is a divine creature. We're not talking about someone 90 years old coming to talk to him. He's very angry. Or me, for example, I'm very angry. Come on, what happened to you? Come on, relax, bro. Relax. What's the problem here with the West or African who insult Muslim or Arab or all non-native or whatever, or those who... Come on, easy, Tariq. What is the problem? The rednecks are the whites are nice. Come on, Bush Jr. It doesn't come. No, we're talking about a divine creature who dealt with Noah until now, which is a very short period in comparison to Noah, to Adam before him. He dealt with all those. You understand me? He dealt with Adam time before Adam, so you cannot change or affect this absolutely unimaginably huge anger and hate and jealousy, which God allowed or gave him the capability to hold it in his soul. You cannot see it. Now this is the king of darkness. He have a throne. This is different physical law. Now again, we don't go deep to this. We seek happiness. We build Imarat al-Ard. We seek the glory, Majd al-Istikhlaf, and be a happy human being. But unfortunately, the intruders do not want us to live this happiness. Now, if you recognize all of this point, you will understand that the devil is saying and announcing there is a confirmed, definitely, it's a confirmed hadith. لا مفر منه إلا إليه. There is no escape from God except to Him. You cannot escape His judgment except to Him, asking salvation and satisfaction in the accurate, perfect path to Him, the heaven, Allah, the Father of all existence, the Creator. Anyway, Prophet Muhammad is the final messenger. The devil wants to take his position, the position of God, in the mind of those who are loser, who lost by their choice. That there is no escape from the West to the West. The West is behind every single darkness that I have dealt with since the age, since my birth, but regardless. Definitely the so-called Shiite are associated. The establishment in the Holy Land, it's part of Europe. So many African who are criticizing the Arab, calling it, the racist, but criticizing and saying a lot of lies about Muhammad Islam, associated, took advantage. A lot of intruders who have nothing to do with the Ismailian, based on my explanation, natives, who just want to lie about Islam or lie about our style, associated, took advantage. A lot of so-called Hindus start lying about the good Mongols who made them human and protected them from each another, killing each other and raping each other, and massacres and things, whatever. I don't need to explain this. And the so-called Buddhists, the communists, Russia interfering, the Chinese who are bothering the world, complaining from what the Japanese did to them last century, while they are doing worse, the Eastern Turkmenistan, until now in this 21st century. They all join together on a war against my right. I'm not going to say a war against terror, war against Islam. It's war against war. This is the devil, war against Islam. It's war now. This war against my interest as a human being, as a man. Do you understand me? So you have no right to say, look what's happening in the Islamic world. What's happening in Syria, you have no so-called Israeli should say, look what's happening in Damascus, war in Syria, and we are here happy. The war in Syria, and the problem is because of you. Zionism, the so-called Zionism, Nazism, the establishment of the so-called Israeli state, all of this is in one line. This is a bad occupation. It has something to do with even Sykes-Picot, all of these things that made by the devil to create this darkness. The failure within this Ottoman Empire, after it used to be an Islamic empire, is because of the interference. Dracula, study Dracula, the name Dracula. What the Turks, by the intruder group within them, learned from him. The nationalism from Europe, all of this problem. Then you can see who is Satan. This Satan, you ask God protection. God said to Muhammad, do not curse him. He's already cursed. رداءه رداء كفر لعن رداء لعنة كفر. انتبهوا. يعني you don't curse him. You just أعوذ بالله من الشيطان. May Allah protect you from him. This is not a joke. This is either heaven and paradise with the wildan al-mukhalladun. They're كأنهم لؤلؤ. Those who died before they become adult. لؤلؤ منثور. Playing all over the paradise and happiness. or hellfire and infinity. No mercy. You deserve it. This is it. This is not a joke. Understand me? This is not a joke. So I'm just explaining to you. You don't come and bother me, especially if you are, for example, in Canada, having this passport of the Gulf states, or even in Gulf states itself, and bothering me saying, you're running away to England. Where is your Muslim country? Your Muslim country is not protecting you. Why are you running? First of all, I don't want to discuss the word. What is a Muslim government? Where is it a Muslim government countries or not? So I can definitely, all your attacks by the facts and actual analysis, I can take all of your assaults and lies against me or against Islam and turn it over against you, and you will be exposed. Be human. Be human. I mean, look at France. Look at the statistic of those girls who are under 15 getting pregnant. In the whole world, 18, under age 18, that's a lot. And at the same time, they don't want the Muslim to put their girl's daughter putting this hijab. You just send the message that you need to be. And at the same time, they are interfering in the Ismailian territory. Anyway, I don't want to talk more. I just, it's a personal case with an alignment of understanding the case of Ishmaelians, and with an alignment from A to Z I have explained, and with an alignment of understanding Islam. Islam means submission, not peace. Submission. Submission to whom? Allah. Who's Allah? Israel, Ismail, Abdullah, Sa'dullah, Rahmatullah, Shi'atullah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the owner of existence, the creator of existence, the founder of existence, the most merciful, who sent Muhammad as a mercy upon mankind. Muhammad is the final messenger who God sent his revelation to. Muhammad until the return of the Messiah. This is an era, okay, of the divine. Who is the Messiah? Messiah is the son of a virgin, Mary. Peace be upon him, and peace be upon his mother, Virgin Mary. The crap is in the Bible is not facts, exactly in the ancient scriptures or the so-called Hindus. All crap. But the crap there, I don't want to, you know what? Don't delete my video. Thank you very much. Okay? Thank you. Yeah.